It's
No mercy. No mercy.
God. But yeah, y'all. So we gonna jump into our Cobra Kai season 2 review.
No, strike hard, strike fast. No,
No
mercy.
Oh man.
All right, so all right, Netflix have hold on a second. acquired the rights. It was
It was YouTube Red
yeah.
back when that was still. a
So
thing.
this was a YouTube Red show that got a lot of buzz because just first of all, the movie is a classic, iconic classic movie, Karate Kid, and this is like what's going on with them now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like okay, this was better than making a movie sequel because it kind of give you a lot more in depth on what's going on.
Also, one of the best things that they could have possibly done was not make it about Danny.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true. And I was like, and I was looking at my views, like our Cobra Kai trailer reaction, like shot up. I was like, oh man, why did we review season 1? So anyway, season 2, I just want to do that because that's what I just saw. But we probably should do season 1. But anyway, season 2. Now, Cobra Kai is Johnny's story. This is actually parallel, Johnny and Daniel's story.
yeah.
Johnny was pretty much the bully from the first one, which he wasn't so bad as other bullies, though. You know, because if you see a lot of the shows, because one's at the end of the Karate Kid, you see he admitted defeat.
Yeah.
He raised Daniel hand. It's like, dude beat me.
Like he had a whole story arc in that movie.
Yeah. He actually wasn't. He wasn't a bad guy. He was his bully, but he didn't never take it too far.
Yeah.
You know, where his damn sensei, Sensei Kreese, was a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
And you see River Karate Kid 2, where he broke his damn fist. Well, matter of fact, he beat the shit out of Johnny for losing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Almost made the boy pass out.
Yeah, it's like, come on, let him go. He just beating everybody up. Get out of here. It's like, he should have went to jail after that.
I don't know how he didn't, man.
Anyway, so season 1 is basically Johnny is kind of a loser, and he just found some purpose in life. He started doing karate, and he was like, that's the only thing I was good at. So he opened the karate, the Cobra Kai dojo back up, and it started to blow up. And, you know, but he started to learn things more than he did in the other one, where he was like, okay, you know, strike hard, strike fast, no mercy, but you ain't got to hit people when they down.
Yeah.
You know, he just started to learn and start to develop as a character.
Like I think that's one of the good things about this whole series, but also especially coming into season 2, where he starts off as kind of like the textbook definition of peaked in high school. And
yeah, I think they went too far. But go ahead, finish.
Yeah, but like I think one of the best things that this series does with Johnny is he goes back to the only time in his life he felt in control, the only time he felt powerful, and then says, but if I'm going to do this, I got to do it better than we did when I was in it as a kid.
Exactly, and that's cool. But like you said, he peaked in high school, and the thing is, it's like he stopped growing up. It's like, I can understand you want to stay at your best moment in your life, but you can't not grow with the world.
But like also,
dude don't know what the internet
he doesn't know what Facebook is.
Dude he don't know
what
nothing.
Facebook
It's like, come on, dude. I know high school was your highest point, and now you feel like a loser. But come on, you gotta. He don't have a cell phone. He don't know he don't even know what the internet is. Like in this season, he just now found YouTube and just started seeing looking up stuff on YouTube, and I'm like, come on, bro.
Like
it's not like it's like he went in a time capsule from 1985 and woke up in 2019.
Because like the sad truth of it is, when you see him in episode 1 of season 1, from when he gets up to when he goes out to his car, that all could have been in 85.
Yeah,
you wouldn't know.
I know, because he still had the same car.
Yeah.
He had the same car from 85.
You know, He's got an old ass TV. You know?
Yeah, I know.
It's like it's sad.
It is. But he found some purpose. You know, he opened up Cobra Kai, and the Karate Dojo was successful.
Mm-hmm.
He got students, and they did a karate tournament like in the original movie, and Daniel started to teach a couple of students the Miyagi way, you know, the Mr. Miyagi way, which is everybody remember Mr. Miyagi from that movie, and then it's like. Daniel never could for real. He never was a martial artist. He never could for real do karate.
No.
Mr. Miyagi could, but Daniel couldn't. Now, he won the tournament, but in this movie, Daniel is kind of like popular now because he won this tournament, and he's talking stuff like, about like, yeah, didn't you kick his ass in that tournament? He said, no.
I kicked his face.
Kicked his face. Like, man. Anyway, honestly, if y'all straight up had a fight, Johnny will whoop your ass.
Yeah. But like, because that's the thing about this is like you jump this far forward. You got one guy who was legitimately skilled in karate, and another dude who took a couple of night classes.
Yeah.
And dude has become like a hometown hero now.
Yeah, right.
You know, and so it's like if you ask the question of, all right, so if y'all had to fight right now, who wins? Well, we're both old, but
yeah, no question.
No question.
I mean, even when you watch the little choreography, Ralph Macchio did not bother to really learn karate. Right. He throw a couple of fake-looking kicks.
He looks better now than he did in the movies.
I don't know, dude, because when he fought these. Okay, I'm gonna get to it. And he fought a couple of bullies, and he, beat them. But it was it was so clear today. And they had some big dudes, and they was just like falling all over the place. He was like, do it. And they are like, like it was so fake.
I'm not saying he looks like he can fight. I'm saying he does a better job of looking like someone who knows karate than he did in the movies. In the movies, he doesn't even he looks like a white belt.
Well, in the movies, I can accept it more because he was fighting other kids. He was fighting grown ass dudes like in a bar.
So like the reason I agree with you. I'm just saying he does a better job of it than he did in the movies. It's just that it doesn't fit with who they've got him fighting.
I got you. So let's move on to the plot of season 2. So season 1 was more about Johnny and Daniel, about them hitting their arcs. Now they hit their arcs. Johnny actually won the tournament. Johnny Stoughton won the tournament, and that's the difference between the movies and so he happy. So he on cloud 9. This season start, he got he traded in the old. I think he had like a not a Corvette.
I don't remember what
Camaro.
it was.
I think he had a Camaro.
Camaro.
I think he had like an 85 Camaro or something.
Yeah.
He traded that in. He got
he didn't trade it in.
Or whatever. He got a brand new.
So Danny's cousin lit it.
All right. He got okay. He's got a brand new
Challenger.
Is that a Challenger? I thought that was a.
It's a Challenger.
Oh, well, he got a brand new Challenger with the Cobra Kai paint on there. He got it black and yellow.
Yeah.
Black and yellow.
How did I know you were gonna do that?
With the Cobra Kai limbo. It's dope. It's dope. But anyway, this season is about the students. It's not about the teachers. So it's all about the kids and what's going on with them. And you got Johnny's students, Hawk and Miguel, and you got Daniel's students, which is actually Johnny's son. What's his name?
I can't remember his
name. Johnny Jr.
Isn't it Tony?
I don't know.
Anthony or something? Probably.
Johnny Jr. and his daughter. And so they kind of teach, and they starting to compete a little bit because Cobra Kai got getting real popular in school. And this is the theme. This theme been going on since season 1. Something will happen, and it's not Johnny's fault, and Daniel will come and confront him and will never listen to his explanation, and then walk away before he know that Johnny really didn't do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you actually got
they did that several times.
Because you got a moment towards the end of the first season where it's they almost kind of bonded a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it was a brief second of, wait, you're who? What? Forget y'all.
Right. But see, I mean, it's something that will happen that Johnny don't even know about, and he'll think it's him, and he'll come to him, and he'd be like, you nothing's changed. You the same guy that you was back then.
Yeah.
You're such a jerk or whatever. And he's like, what you talking about? Whatever. And it turned into, it's always a misunderstanding.
Well, like their first confrontation in was like that. It's like, there'll never be another Cobra Kai. No, I'm just doing like, it's not going to be. No, I know what Cobra Kai is. I know who you are. This ain't happening. Not in my town,
Right, but see, it's a misunderstanding that's never explained, because one, with Daniel being such a hothead where he's supposed to have all this enlightenment, never give him a chance to explain. So anyway, it's all about the kids. So they got the kids doing the Cobra Kai karate and then the Miyagi-Do karate. And they have the little pep rally or whatever. It's kind of cool how they do it, where they doing their little karate demonstration, and Cobra Kai just kind of like interrupted, kind of like a like they come march in like Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai, Cobra Kai. Yeah. It's a cool little rivalry for a minute, because I say for a minute because the shit turns so violent that it's not realistic no more.
Yeah.
They lose me maybe like a little bit over halfway in, where it's getting to a point where y'all need to slow down, because now I know y'all doing some high school drama, but now it's going too far, where when somebody don't like somebody, they don't just beat the shit out of them.
Right.
They kept doing that, and they made it seem like that's what karate teaches.
Well, like,
you don't like somebody, beat the shit out of them.
That's one of the problems with these stories where they try to make real stuff centered around high school kids. It's like, it can't always be goddamn the Warriors. You know what I'm saying?
It's right. That's what I'm saying. It's okay to have a rivalry, and it's okay to get in scuffles every now and then. No, they was physically assaulting each other, and it was like nothing happened. Like nobody. They should have went. All of them should have went to jail.
Yeah. Because back when it was just pranks, like, okay.
Right. The first movie was pranks. Guy got you beat him up. You left him. No, it was literally, and these days this shit just don't fly. Right. It was literally assault in broad daylight in front of teachers and in front of authority figures. I'm like, no, you can't do this. So it got out of hand, and I feel like they kind of gave the wrong message, because everybody knew karate, and so now it was like, you said what? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Just because you don't like somebody, you don't do a karate move on them.
Like, you know what it was? It's kind of like, the bad guys from Karate Kid 3, walking down the street.
Mike Barnes, I believe his name
was. Or am I thinking of 2?
Are you talking about Terry Silver? Which one?
I'm talking about
the bad guys in 2 was all Japanese, because they went to Japan.
Yeah, so that's the one I'm talking about. Okay, so it's like you walking down the street, Miyagi, fight me.
Well, that's different. That's in Japan. I challenge.
It's like, look, man, it's not that serious. And so it's like this rivalry gets so over the top. Where it's like,
yeah, it does.
Like, y'all know this is a sports rivalry, right?
Right, and if they could have kept it on, if they say bang it on wax, they would have just kept it in the tournaments.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, it went from tournaments to street brawling.
Yeah.
They looked like they had these little valley white kids looking like they was gang members. I thought that was way overboard. Like, gang members don't fight openly like this. You know what I'm saying? Where it was like, y'all went way too far with this. If I don't like this dude, I don't walk up to him and throw him into. Dude, they'll throw somebody through a window and be like, take that, punk, and then like leave, and that's the end of it. Yeah. They had a fight in the mall, and like they had like a gang fight in the mall and didn't care about no property damage, and right in front of everybody, and it was like they did something cool or something.
Yeah.
No, that shit, y'all will all go to jail. Your parents got to pick y'all up. Y'all going to be in hella trouble. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to go like a movie. You can't beat somebody's ass and walk away.
Oddly enough, there is a quote-unquote gang amongst so I went to a college prep school for high school, and all of the other college prep schools, every kid that they kicked out for whatever reason, you got expelled and you lived around that area, there was a group of those kinds of kids. They called themselves the Purple Cobras. They used to show up at like all the different sports games and start
Purple
riots.
Cobras.
Yes.
Isn't that from Dodgeball?
Yes.
Wow.
So
I'm real scared of them.
Yeah.
But go ahead, finish.
Bunch of douchebag prep kids. But like they used to start riots and stuff outside of all of like the championship games, like for the high school games. So it was like, this team won the last hockey match. They'd start a riot. This team won in basketball. They'd start a riot. It didn't matter. They'd show up and start stuff at every one of them.
Okay, I've heard of that before. Like college sports, like sports in like certain college places where they even when they win, they tear the fucking town up.
But it occurs to me like the mentality of I don't like this guy. We need to have out in the streets.
But no, this is not a. It wasn't a riot. It was few people that had beasts.
Yeah.
That were just fighting when they saw each other.
So like what I'm saying is like it got to the point where it was like if you at the point where you're gonna show up and start some mess with somebody and it's gonna get that serious and no cops get called. Okay. I don't think it's.
All right, it's fine and it's fine. It's just they went too far with it.
I know, but that's what I'm getting at. When it gets to that point and you try to make it out like it's still just a high school rivalry, there's a dude lying bleeding in the street over there. There's a guy putting his fist through somebody's face, and all of this over a dumb sports rivalry.
Yeah, I know.
And they make it out like it's a cool thing. Like this is what happens, when you're in high school.
And I know that they wanted to do something different because the first one was a karate tournament. So they feel like, well, if we do another karate tournament, it's just gonna be the same thing. But I was on board for maybe like a illegal underground fight or something where it's okay. We're not just fighting you in public. This is not a match.
Yeah,
which would make more sense because of how. And I didn't mention Sensei Kreese.
Sensei Kreese
got
back,
and he started to teach his way, and it was like first. He was trying to. First, Johnny was reluctant, and then he kind of bullshit his way. He fell out bad. That dude living in a homeless shelter, right? So, and I don't want to spoil that, but he living in a homeless shelter. So, when Johnny saw that, he was like, man, he's like, man, come work for me then, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he just like basically felt sorry for the dude.
One of the things like I would have done with this, have Kreese like slinking around saying, hey, look. It's cool that y'all learning under Johnny, but Johnny was my student.
Well, I mean,
if you want to learn real Cobra Kai.
No, right? He kind of did it real manipulatively, where he made it seem like Johnny was in charge, but he was doing shit.
But like, I would have rather seen him like taking them like, look, let me show y'all the real Cobra Kai. Why don't you come down? There's some underground fights going on. I'm gonna show you what the real Cobra Kai is supposed to look like.
I would have liked that better because that wouldn't have put it on these students to make them. They made them so irresponsible and so reckless that I wasn't cool with it. Where I'm like, these kids were not raised like that, and so to me, it made me feel like. They made it seem like karate was the reason that they act like this. So they just made karate look so bad. And so I'm telling you, look, at the end they had a battle royal at school where basically everything hit this boiling point. This girl went into the when they do the school announcements, beat the girl up. She beat the little girl doing the name, the announcing or whatever that morning. Beat her up and say, bitch, bring your ass to whatever, and we're gonna fight. So they come, they fighting in the middle. It's middle of school. All the Cobra Kai, all the Miyagi people try to break it up, and then it turned to a big battle royal, and everybody fight. And I was like, okay, whatever. They beating up the security guards. They beating up the teachers.
Well,
I'm saying like it's out of hand. It was way too out of hand.
It's even to the point where like you watch like the adults involved in this. Karate is not like been a good thing in any of their lives. Like karate was good for Johnny at one point, and then that went straight down the tubes, and it started to get good again.
Well, karate ain't the reason why they have problems with their life.
I get that, but what I'm saying is the show casts all of their problems as being centered on karate. Danny was doing just fine until he decided to go back into his rivalry with Johnny. You know.
I know, but see,
these aren't where their problems are coming from, but it's the common thread of all of their problems. So the show makes it look like karate is the problem.
I know that's my problem. The show, we should come away from this show liking karate, not thinking karate made all these good kids turn into some gang members. Well, that's what they made it look like.
Well, I guess that's why this isn't.
And hold on. So when it was all said and done, people was hospitalized, serious injuries.
Yeah.
This ain't funny no more. This is not a game. And it made it look like these kids would have been just fine if they wouldn't have learned no damn karate. And it's sad because me being a fan of martial arts and I think that's a real bad direction that this show took with them. I know they wanted to have the characters have these moments where, it was very dramatic moments for both of them, but I don't think they did that right. I don't think they did that right because the way they ended it was so bad, and it made karate look responsible for all this shit.
Yeah, I mean, on the one hand, it does kind of bring to mind that the reason they didn't call this, like the Karate Kids or something, or Karate Kid Next Generation or anything like that, is because they did want to take it away from sort of the kind of spiritual essence of the Karate Kid. But the way they chose to do that, the way they chose to try to make this its own thing, on the whole, doesn't really come off well.
But hold on, let me tell you. They gave us good lessons every time that something, it was like they had to get, the way they used what they taught them to navigate their way through life, and it was good lessons.
Yeah.
But as soon as they had an issue, they just punched somebody.
Yeah.
It was like so stupid. Like they threw away everything that Daniel was teaching his daughter, she did not take. And then he even didn't take. He kept on overreacting to everything. And I ain't gonna spoil too much, but I'm just gonna tell you some things to use context where his daughter was drinking and she got drunk, and they didn't want her to, she was like she didn't want to go home drunk, so she went to Johnny Jr. It's like, well, let's go to my dad's house. He's not gonna mind. We just crashed her, and then in the morning you go home. But she never texted her mom. Stupid. Never texted her mom and dad. Told her that she was not coming home. So they got worried, which any parent should. But when he found her phone, and when he got to his house, he like kicked his door open. Where my door at? You son of a bitch, and all that stuff. I'm like, and he tried to talk to him like, hey man, calm down, bro. They had a little too much drink. They just cool. He said, I just let her, gave her a place to stay because she was, and he didn't really listen, and he just like kicked him. He did a whack ass spin kick, and then I'm like, this I was thinking I'm like, dude, what about all your lessons? I know that's your daughter, you don't play that shit, but if you would just listen to the dude for 5 seconds, that would have never even happened. Yeah. So they had a big fight in his living room. Well, not a big fight, but they had a little fight in his living room. And then his daughter came out, and then he's like, stay away from her. Now he mad at his son for bringing him over there. He never even listened. And I'm like, you're not even using a lesson that you're trying to teach people. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like, that's the thing is, like, these characters start to, especially the adults in this, they start to have character arcs, and then they kind of die off and they regress. And that's kind of a constant theme in this show. It's like you have character progression, you have your arc, and then before the arc finishes, you regress them back to just a little bit away from where they start.
Yeah, I know. I was just disappointed, man. I was disappointed. I know they tried to give us. I mean, I'm happy for the kids that learned some martial arts. They did a couple choreographed fights that. Some of them looked okay. Some of them, where I saw stunt doubles clearly in some of the scenes, but it looks like the kids in the show really learned to fight, and I was cool with them doing, because I mean you do have to end it with a fight because people do come for some action in karate, right. But the way they ended it makes everybody look so bad. Like all the kids are so unlikable to me. I hated that just the way they ended is like. you can't be this irresponsible.
Yeah.
It turned into a gang fight. These were normal kids, and it turned to a huge gang fight. And it never would have happened if they wouldn't learn karate.
Because like the
And
premise,
that's what the wife said. Like the wife, like because you start this karate stuff, now people in the hospital, cut it out. It's over. This is over.
well, because that's one of the problems, right? Is like this show, the premise of this show is solid, you know, but the execution is so, I don't know, like poorly.
It's
aimed.
okay teen drama. It's not bad. It's just
The karate aspect is.
but the thing
poorly handled.
it's an uneven what they do with these kids. They turned these kids into gang members.
Well, like, because that's like,
This is not the Warriors.
because like when they start out, you're rooting for these kids who are just trying to.
And I'm
find
still rooting
some-
for them. But the thing is, like I said, they turn them into gang members where they saw a rival gang and they fight.
Yeah.
That's
So,
not
like,
going to happen.
Well, like that's what I'm saying. It's like when it starts out, you just want to see these kids succeed at something. Who you want to see them find something. It seems like karate is going to be that thing, and the way they end up utilizing it, the
Make
sort
them
of-
more violent.
It makes them more violent, and that's such a poor representation of what karate brings to somebody's life.
That's why I'm complaining, because they made karate look so bad.
Yeah.
Instead of, I was like I said, I'd have been on board if they did something like a fight, an illegal fight that they decided to have without saying, you know, where the first fight was a tournament with rules, no rules,
Right.
you know, and it's a sanctioned. I mean, it's a fight that they decided to have, not a street brawl where they was. I'm talking about they all should have went to jail after
Yeah.
this.
Well, like so,
It's
like
it's not.
this season even starts with Johnny talking to his students like, "Y'all know we ain't never gonna let this happen again, right?" Like, I didn't mean go out there and fight dirty. I didn't mean go out there and take cheap shots. I'm just saying give 100%, and that's what this dojo is gonna stand for from now on. And then
All they got lost.
all that got lost.
All they got lost, and after some kids got put in the hospital, it was basically everybody blamed Johnny and Daniel, like
Yeah,
y'all
You're
y'all
both dumb.
evil, y'all brought karate here, and this is the result.
yeah,
You know, and I just don't like that. I feel like I know it was the kids' choices, but they made them make such poor choices that I feel like they went way too far. No
Yeah.
kids would do that, and the way it ended, you know, it would be authority figures stepping in, was like, y'all need to get this under control,
yeah.
because they fighting everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
You know, and it's such a weird thing. It's so weird to see it because, like, you never envision anything spiraling that far out of control.
Yeah.
And then to watch this happen with kids, even, you know, it's like, it's one thing if you got like some hardened criminals doing, you know, you on the wrong turf. This stuff happens. If this was
Talking about
crime
rich
drama,
white kids.
this is just, you know, like that bit in what was that, Ride Along? You are white. You do not fight. You know.
But it's like,
like-
it's okay if they put a theme of, because if it was like a tournament, it's like they get into it in school, it'd be like, all right, when we get to the tournament, that's your ass, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. No, they were just
Yeah.
fighting right in the middle where they at, and they'll destroy every bit of property,
Yeah.
and that's the end of
Or
it.
even if it was like, you know, in the original Karate Kid, where it was a confrontation that came to blows. No, I saw you walking down the street. We got to fight now.
Yeah, it's so I'm gonna just tell you what I think about it on the whole. It's a good watch. It is actually it's entertaining, especially if you like a lot of the CW stuff. You'll like that.
That's
The
what it
only
is.
reason why I said that because of the teenage drama. But it's still fun. It still got funny moments, and it's still some interesting stuff. It's just I'm disappointed as somebody who like martial arts that they made martial arts just look so bad.
Yeah.
They made martial arts just look like the answer. Just punch it. If you don't, you know what I'm saying? If somebody make you mad, punch them in the face.
Yeah.
If you got to beef with somebody, beat their ass, and you ain't got to worry about them. You know,
Right.
like that's not the lesson I want to take from martial arts. You know. So anyway, it's not whack. It's good. It's real good. It's worth watching. But I'm disappointed on the direction they went, and they got a season 3 coming because it got real big. But we'll see. That's just me. That's just my own personal feelings though. But It's still worth watching. Season 1 real good. Season 1 better than season 2 because they didn't go there. It was all about the tournament in season 1. So that is my that's our Cobra Kai season 2 review, and we're gonna wrap up the stream, man. We've been going like 2 hours, so yeah, we're gonna wrap up the stream. And anybody watching, thanks for checking us out. Anybody check this video out, thanks for watching the video, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the alert, hit the bell icon when you subscribe, and that will give you an alert anytime we post a new video or anytime we live streaming.
And don't forget to thumbs up all of our videos when you watch them. Helps us get some engagement. Don't forget to comment down below on how you feel about all the shows we reviewed and the movie we reviewed today. We love to hear from y'all. Tell somebody about the Epic Entertainment Critics. And we out.
Yes, we are out. All right, y'all. Peace.